I want to welcome you to the Ask Jeff YouTube channel. Here's today's question. Does the tribulation give the Jews the last opportunity to be saved before Jesus comes back? Will any Gentiles be saved during the tribulation? Well, the quick answer is yes and yes, but allow me to explore the concept of what we know as, quote, the tribulation. This word is actually one derived from the mouth of Jesus himself. He talked about in Matthew chapter 24, a great tribulation that had not been since the beginning of the creation. It's derived from a 7-year time period from Daniel chapter 9, verified in Jeremiah. Basically, what we discover is in the book of Revelation from chapter 6 to 19, we have this literal 7-year time period of what I like to describe as, quote, hell on earth. Now, 2 reasons for saying that. Number 1, because in chapter 6, Jesus opens the 7 seals, which is the wrath of God on those who've rejected the Lord. But literally hell on earth is because in chapter 9, it says there are those that come out of the bottomless pit. It's a horrific time period. Now, the question is, will there be Jews that are saved? Absolutely. Chapter 7 talks about 12,000 out of the respective 12 tribes. Then you go into chapter 14, it says these 144,000 are actually evangelists proclaiming the truth of Jesus in spite of the abomination of desolation, tribulational events, etc. So yes, it is the, quote, last time for the Jews to be saved, because once the tribulation's over, Jesus returns, establishes his kingdom, eternity begins, etc. Now, what about the Gentiles? Verse 9 of chapter 7. Now, chapter 7 is a parenthetical chapter. You say, what does that mean? It means out of the chronology of, but it's in the midst of the Great Tribulation. It says in verse 9 that there will be those of an untold number, meaning we can't count them. They're so vast, that come from every nation, every kindred, and every tribe. So even though it is the judgment of God on a rebellion against God, we see Jews and Gentiles who come to faith in God during that horrific time period. Great question. If you have one, send it to AskJeff.net. Maybe your question will be tomorrow's. Thanks for being a part of today's daily question. Now, we answer a question each and every day. Please feel free to submit a new question at AskJeff.net. We may not have gotten to yours today, but we eventually will continue to be a part of this. Subscribe so you don't miss out on a question every day.